Today, Black Ops 4 saw the introduction of new content for 2/3 of the platforms out there, and some even on all platforms. But that said, today's update ushered in Operation Grand Heist for all players. It's now live for everybody, whether you're on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, or PC. And while it might seem like a lot of this really just was revolving around Operation Grand Heist, there was some stuff that went a little bit deeper that fixed some technical aspects, added in new features and new additions for all platforms, and so on and so forth. So today in this video, we're going to break down everything that changed here with today's update. Though it wasn't a title update that required you to actually download it, the update itself still offered quite a bit on hand in game today. So instead, let's jump right into it. First things first, let's talk about the biggest thing on offer here. Xbox One and PC finally getting access to Operation Grand Heist within Black Ops 4. Not gonna break everything down here for you guys because we've talked about that here on the channel a couple of times, but quick little glance over and brief rundown of it all. You end up getting the brand new 100 tier contraband stream, complete with things like the Cha-Ching melee weapon, the Rampage shotgun, the Switchblade X9, some camos, some variants, some uniforms, all that kind of stuff. But you have access to that now. You end up having the brand new Blackjack shop, which is a condensed version of what we saw previously with the special orders as well as the shop items themselves. You have the brand new My Deals section. You end up having the brand new inventory and also the reserve category as well, to which you can end up earning reserves through your playtime and or also buying them if that's your kind of thing. I'm not personally into that all that much, but I know some people have leftover COD points or they want to just try and expedite the process of getting something they want, and so therefore you can end up getting crates out of that as well. The reserve system now has all things from Season 1, 2, and now 3 in that one loot pool that you can end up opening out of reserve cases that you earn organically or crates that you can end up buying. Season Pass holders now have access to the brand new maps of Lockup as well as Casino. Players now have access to Outrider, the brand new specialist with the special issue of the Hawk drone and also the weapon of the Sparrow. Players now have access to Ghost Town, the combination of Buried as well as Standoff or Outlaw from Black Ops 3 in Blackout. So there's a lot of stuff on offer that dropped today for all you guys, so it's definitely something if you guys have been longing for some new content, definitely jump on and try it out for yourselves. But outside of Operation Grand Heist, what else can you end up seeing here with this update? Well, the one thing we'll see whenever we jump into whatever platform you're on, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, or PC, is that One in the Chamber still remains as that featured playlist, which is kind of curious that we didn't see any rotation here on this, but definitely cool with me also. I am totally fine with that. I think that next week we'll end up seeing that happen, and it'll be on a rotation that all players get that at the same time. So that makes sense in that regard, but I'm certainly happy it sticks around for another week. I really enjoy One in the Chamber. We also end up seeing that we have the new Mercenary Objective Mosh Pit, which is all maps, and it kind of throws more game modes into the mix for the Mercenary category compared to previously. We had, of course, the Objective and the Deathmatch Mosh Pits beforehand, but this is now all one, where you have the modes of Hardpoint, Domination, Control, Search, Heist, and then Safeguard as well. The only things you're missing are that TDM as well as Kill Confirmed, so that'll probably pop up at a later point, maybe even as of Thursday when Xbox One and PC get League Play as well, and then that Pro Series Mosh Pit may go away, but that's something that these now introduce quite a few game modes compared to what we had previously of just normally Hardpoint, Domination, and Control. So definitely cool to see that added in as well. Hot Pursuit is something in terms of playlists as well that continues for those on PlayStation 4, and it will be coming as of Friday for Xbox One and PC users. And again, as mentioned, kind of circling back once more, League Play also will be available for Xbox One and PC on Thursday, so there's still more to come on Xbox One and PC, so no worries just yet. It's just the way the timing of these things worked out. Though League Play in particular, I'm still not sure why a core component of the game is withheld as an exclusive. I've said that before and I'll forever stand by it. I just don't understand that logic, but I digress. That stuff is coming for Xbox One and PC a little bit later in the week. Outside of that, we ended up seeing a few new things on PlayStation 4 added in that are brand new shop items that will eventually work their way down to Xbox One and PC. You players on Xbox One and PC have the access to the Benjamin's camo and jump pack, as well as the Party Rock camo, which is actually still there for PS4 players as well. But on the PlayStation 4 end, we ended up getting our first refresh of the season here, in which we ended up getting actually 2 new items that didn't replace the old ones. They're still there. You can toggle them with your right and left trigger. We end up seeing the introduction of the Death Reel reactive camo as well as the Carrot Thief outfit for Firebreak. Now, both these are honestly really awesome. They're 1,300 COD points for both, in which if you want the set, it'll be $12 minimum, depending on if you want to get that bundle of $10 COD points that gives you an extra 100. But that's something that the Firebreak uniform is honestly really cool. It's something that showcased a little bit of what we saw in the original trailer for Operation Grand Heist. And the Death Rio Camel is actually one that we ended up seeing data mined as of a couple of days ago. We detail it here on the channel, in which it's a reactive camo for the Swordfish. It ends up having 4 different reactive stages to it, and to initially unlock it, all you need to do is get 9 kills with the Swordfish in one game, which is rather obtainable and really easy to do. And so therefore it's really cool, and I'm really a fan of this one. It might actually be one of my favorite reactive camos at the moment, but it does confirm our previous suspicions about some of the items that we saw in the trailer and that were data mined as well, that they'll be coming as special orders or shop items. The only thing that I don't think we'll see in terms of directly purchasable are, again, that Mini 14 sniper as well as the demo hammer melee weapon. So keep an eye out for all that kind of stuff that will refresh throughout the rest of the season and the content as well. One thing that I also kind of want to make note of, having seen the Death Rio camo, is that this kind of reaffirms my belief and makes me double down on the idea that I wish that we had tailored mastery camos for each of the game modes. Dark Matter's been that special camo for multiplayer since Black Ops 3, but I think that honestly it was kind of a missed opportunity to not do something like a camo similar to the Numbers uniform for Blackout, making that the ultimate mastery camo, and something similar to Death Rio for zombies as well, instead of just porting Dark Matter, Diamond, and Gold camo into both of those. I think it might have been a missed opportunity to take advantage and actually add some personal weight behind each of the game modes, respectively. So I kind of wish that this would be something that was introduced in a different capacity, but nonetheless I do enjoy the camos overall. Outside of the stuff that you might see just on the upfront portion here in the shop or in the playlists, we actually had some technical aspects added into the game, whether that be some tuning or new additions added in. There were some things nonetheless that were added across the board. So the first thing that we ended up seeing here that I want to address is actually a really cool piece of functionality within Blackout. We end up seeing that we have the Quick Equip 2.0 option added into Blackout. This is something you can find in your Blackout category of your settings, and similar to your minimap and pickup style, it's a feature that has the ability to be toggled on or off. So you don't have to go buy this, but if you want to try it out and you like it more, it is something you can turn on and off in your Blackout settings. Now this, if you end up toggling it on, you'll end up being able to toggle through your items in your inventory on console much easier. So while the console start menu interface with your inventory fully up remains exactly the same, the quick menu is what actually changed here with this. Previously, you'd end up having to hit the up on your D-pad to open up your quick inventory, and then to swap items, you needed to use your left or right arrows. And while stationary and completely safe, that's completely fine and it's rather easy to do. But if you're on the move and you'd say want to keep running while doing this, you kind of would have to play claw, as it's referred to, while swapping your items. And I play with a scuff and even had to do that, so it's something that really wasn't all that optimized for on-the-go swapping of items. But with this new feature, it introduces the ability to swap healing and utility items with your right and left bumper on your controller. The items now stack vertically instead of horizontally and are tethered to the same slots, so you're only really interchanging what shows up in those slots. So instead of using your D-pad to cycle through, you can now end up using the cycle via your bumpers, interchanging those items locked to the slots of your healing or utility items. So on the go, this is way more helpful and doesn't require you to break your hands while still trying to stay active and swapping your items. So I think this is honestly a huge quality of life improvement for Blackout, especially on consoles. I'm all for this change and definitely going to be using this going forward. Outside of that, we ended up seeing that there was an adjustment in the MP side of things for the Swordfish tactical rifle. For this particular change, it ended up reducing the ADS move speed slightly, which you might recognize because as of last Tuesday, whenever the update came out for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, and then Thursday for PC, we ended up seeing that that move speed was increased. So it doesn't necessarily fully revert back to where it was pre-patch, but it does kind of find that middle ground between where it was before and where it was as of that update. So a slight revert and slightly negates a little bit of that adjustment, but not fully. And I gotta throw this in here. It's still absolutely fantastic. Played around with it a little bit earlier in the day, and it shreds still. So don't worry too much if you like to use the Swordfish after this update or even just beforehand, it's still pretty solid. Outside of that, we ended up seeing a slight adjustment to the Engineer perk, in which it now shows players K9 as well as the strike teams properly through walls when equipped. That was something that did not do that, and therefore kind of didn't give the full assortment of the abilities that Engineer offered, but now it's fixed out, so that should hopefully work out without any issue going forward. There was a slight bug with Outrider that was fixed on PlayStation 4 and should also globally apply to everybody on Xbox One and PC now, with a situation where if a player died while pulling out the Hawk, they wouldn't be able to spawn back in, so that's something that's fixed out and should hopefully never happen again. Obviously, that's a big thing that is an issue there. And then finally, the last thing that was changed on a technical aspect comes down to the PC-specific side of the game, and this dealing with PC curated playlists. I save this till last because it's not necessarily a huge thing for a lot of players, but it is something that indicates a downfall in a sense, and where it's a little bit of a shortcoming on the PC end. So for those guys that don't play on PC, I know a lot of the audience here is Xbox One or PlayStation 4, but if you're on PC and you go into the core and hardcore modes for your playlist selection, you'll end up seeing a lot less playlists on offer compared to Xbox One and PS4. You end up having in the core areas, free-for-all, limited lives mosh pit, objective mosh pit, and deathmatch mosh pit. And then in the hardcore end, you have the hardcore deathmatch mosh pit and hardcore objective mosh pit. Now, at first glance, this might not seem like all that bad of a problem, but it is something that is more so sad than anything else. As a COD fan, you can start to see the numbers dwindling on PC. It's been something that a lot of players on PC have reported for quite some time, where blackout matches take forever to fill up and then even start without even the full number of players in the match. And same thing goes for some of the other playlists as well. So this sort of curated playlist starts to push everybody together because of a dwindling player base. And it's unfortunately the result that PC has never really had a great player base to begin with in COD, but it's something that with so much support promised, it also comes down to that not really being capitalized on from the Treyarch perspective throughout the entirety of the year. So while it doesn't necessarily up front seem like an issue, it's because the player base is dwindling that this is now happening. So hopefully there's something that happens on the PC front that can rejuvenate the life of Black Ops 4, but right now that's something that was added in and might be a telltale sign of the lifespan of the game on the PC front. But that was something that also changed here with today's update. But that said, that is everything that changed out of this update today within Black Ops 4 for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Not trying to end it on a really depressing note, so I do apologize, but hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you guys enjoying Operation Grand Heist so far? Are you guys liking the brand new Blackout Quick Equip menu 2.0? Are you liking the new camos added in? Whatever it may be, feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, but hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like down below, and of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Black Ops 4, MP, Blackout, Zombies. We got you covered the best of updates, news, information, tips, tricks, all that good stuff. So if any of that interests you, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing. You guys also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram. There's the best places to get connected outside of YouTube. I can live on both those. So if you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, that link is down there in the description below. That said, thank you guys all so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.